Hello, and welcome to my first impressions of RiME, a puzzle adventure game developed by Tequila Works, available for the PC, Xbox One, and PS4, and will eventually be coming along to the Nintendo Switch. RiME has no doubt caught the eye of gamers with its appealing art style and mysterious gameplay trailers, and after playing the game for just over 4 hours, I'm ready to give my impressions of it, so let's get to it. RiME is incredibly mysterious with its storyline, and it sticks to that mystery as you play through the game, and it reveals itself little by little, puzzle by puzzle. Without spoiling too much, you play a character who seems to have no name that finds himself washed up on the beach of an island. The island plays host as the main venue of the game, and thus your journey begins. Now, the story itself is very much without narration throughout the game, and you're left to put the pieces together as they're revealed to you. For some people, this will be one of the best parts of the game. The sense of discovery and wonder. How everything feels so new and fresh will drive players forwards as they delve further and further to discover more and more of the breadcrumbs of story and the potential of what your purpose is on the island. On the other hand, you may be one of those people who prefers a more direct approach to storytelling. I personally found myself torn between enjoying the sense of mystery and being frustrated that my character is being forced through many an arduous puzzle or task to never really receive much reward for the hard work. For me, that is the most confusing part of the game. Puzzles in themselves do provide a sense of achievement for completing them, but when the story seems to be tied to your progression, and the progression is gated by the puzzles, I can't help but feel I should be getting a little more information for the effort I'm putting into solving them. And the puzzles are another thing that I struggled with. One, because I suck at them, and two, I found there was a little bit of an odd balance between the incredibly smart puzzles that were tied so well to the environment itself and the wonder of the island, and then the more than a few that were only difficult because I was overthinking them, and the overthinking came from the previous experiences with puzzles in the same area of the game. Now, I can forgive that because it's kind of my fault, but something that is out of my control is the camera. The bastard camera might actually be the overall villain of the game. It will always try to automatically place itself in positions to make the game seem more cinematic or epic, and this really did get in my way enough that I'm bringing it up now. The camera is shit. It more than once has caused me to jump and die, causing a reset on the current puzzle's progression, or in itself caused some of the more easier puzzles to appear more complex than they are simply because the camera is hiding away the solution in an awkward angle. There's a part in the game where the camera moves to a certain angle and you, the player, are still in control of the character and you're supposed to run away from an impending doom. The problem was that by this point I'd gotten so used to the bullshit antics of the camera that I didn't realise it actually had control of the character at that point in the game. I thought it was a cutscene or some more of the cinematic pretty angle shenanigan stuff. Take from that what you will, because something that we can all hopefully agree on is the music. The music is absolutely incredible. It perfectly captures the mystery of the game, the island, and its inhabitants. Its ability to command emotions from the beautiful crescendo of wonder when you solve a puzzle and unlock a new area, or the dark shadow of fear that comes across our character as he enters more threatening territories. It really is something to behold and experience as you play through the game. I believe it's composed by David Garcia Diaz, so even if you don't play RiME, I recommend you check out his work on the game's soundtrack because it's in a class of its own. Aside from the camera, the game for the most part handles fairly well. The controls are as tight as they need to be for a puzzle adventure game of this kind, and that's a good thing as when the platforming elements blend in with the puzzles, you definitely need to have some precision with your character. I will stress that the game, as far as I can tell, isn't very well optimized for PC. With everything on max, my machine found some frame drops and lag in areas where it shouldn't have, and definitely suffered when in more open and populated areas. I found the main culprit to be the SSAA. For reference, I'm using an i7 at 4GHz, 8GB of 16MHz DDR3 RAM, and a GTX 1080 in factory settings. Though the game is incredibly pretty, with its art style clearly influenced by Zelda the Wind Waker in all of the best ways, it still shouldn't be running as poorly as it did. Even load times could be a little longer than you would have expected. A minor gripe, I know, but I'd rather say it instead of holding anything back. Something I found myself enjoying, probably more than I should, is that the game manages to make a character who doesn't speak, but somehow manages to sing beautifully, weird, be so emotive. He will shiver when he's cold, show fear when it's called for, and crack a big smile when the sun is shining. Oh, and the sun does shine. The game features one of the best day and night cycles I've ever experienced. It really does go through all the different colours and visual temperatures that you'd expect from dusk till dawn. This makes the world feel just that little more alive, and really does wrap the island in a certain type of beauty that only RiME can provide. Because of this, I would highly recommend you do as much exploration as you can when playing. The game rewards you with a decent amount of collectibles that are hidden throughout the island and can only be found through getting yourself a little lost every now and then. And if on your travels you find yourself running through shallow water, take a moment to realise that this is the only game to ever use an accurate animation for what it's really like to run through water. Sure, it's weird, but it's spot on, and I noticed it with a smile. Overall, I've enjoyed my time in the charming, gorgeous, mysterious world that RiME thrusts you into. I've marvelled at how the audio and visuals come together to bring something truly unique to the game and provide you with an experience you won't find in many other places. But for me, the gameplay didn't feel quite there, with puzzles and platforming that were more frustrating than difficult or complex, and a camera that seems to want to fight you at every turn. I can't say it will be for everyone. If you're after mystery, beauty, and puzzles, then RiME might be for you. But if you're expecting mind-blowing puzzles, a deep story that compels you forwards, and a feeling of progression with reward, you might be left wanting more. RiME is available for now for PC, Xbox One, and PS4. And please note, the points I mentioned about the camera, and to some extent the SSAA, they could all be fixed in a future patch, so check the update page before you make a purchase. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Thank you so much for watching. Shout outs to subscribers new and old. You guys are the best. Thumbs up or down and leave your comments on the video in the section below. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of uploads. Follow me on Twitch to be notified when I'm live streaming. And follow me on Twitter for daily updates. Take care and I'll see you next time.